MLA citing sources and avoiding plagiarism. Dear students, we have been discussing about APA, and now we are going to talk about MLA, which is another formatting style. And you may need this kind of formatting style for your research papers and for your thesis, because some of the institutions, particularly for social sciences and humanities, they prefer MLA, right? So MLA stands for Modern Language Associations, and we as researchers, we need to be very fair and very ethical, and we must be citing anything which we borrow from others, right? So within MLA, we are required to go through systematic in-text citations, okay? So that in-text citations are basically within MLA is that the source is introduced by a signal phrase that names the author or authors, right? So that is step number one, that the source is introduced. Then number second, the material being cited is followed by a page number in parentheses. And number third, at the end of the paper, a list of works cited arranged alphabetically by author's last name gives the complete publication information about the source or sources, right? So these are the steps which are involved and which must be learned by you as researcher so that you can avoid plagiarism, right? MLA is used for, particularly for social sciences like English and humanities subjects. And the borrowed language under MLA is written within quotation marks, right? And the summaries and the paraphrases, they must be in your own words while using MLA, right? And the required page number must be given. So use the in-text citation tips which are recommended by MLA. And of course, the full detail is given at the end list, which is called the works cited list. And that's the difference between APA and MLA. In APA, it is called references, and in MLA, it is called works cited list, right? So you must be avoiding intentional and unintentional plagiarism by documenting properly, and that is an important point, okay? So you must be citing sources and avoiding plagiarism. So let me just take you to some examples for your MLA formatting style. So this is the in-text citation, guys. It is you see that the author is given J. Kassan, right? And the page number of his work is given. So this is within in-text, right? And the entry in the list of works cited is given in this way. The Kassan is, which is the last name of the author, it is given first, and it is followed by the first name, and then the title of the work is in quotation marks, you see, quotation marks, and then the name of the journal is given, the year is given at the end, and it is in the brackets. So you can see that this is different than APA, and then the page numbers are there, and then the kind of the source is also mentioned, which is print, okay? So it's the print version of the source, right? So this is the way you would be using your in-text citation while using MLA formatting style, okay? One more example that must be helpful for you is that if the original source is like this, and you are writing down without, the quotation marks, right? And the quotation marks are not given, then you are actually doing plagiarism, right? So remember that this is the original text which you are taking from the original text. Some part of this, when you are writing this way, like the second paragraph here, which is titled as plagiarism, so you are committing plagiarism, although you have given the page number, guys. So only page number giving is not enough. You are required to show that which words are given directly from the source. So these quotation marks are used to show the original words of the author. And of course, that is followed by the page number. So you should avoid plagiarism and this kind of reporting of the sources. And one more example which I'm giving to you is that when the original source is like this, which is written in the above paragraph, and you are taking phrases from the original source, and these phrases are not really, in quotation marks. So this is actually half copying. This is called half copying. So you are not only mentioning the source, Karl Botton, right? So you are Karl Botton and Mihaila Vorveronu, right? So you are referring to that source, and even you are giving the page number. But you are using those original words of the authors without putting them into, those quotation marks. So you are doing plagiarism, which is unacceptable borrowing, right? So you should not be copying without those quotation marks, and you would not be half copying. If you are doing that, then you are doing plagiarism. You are committing plagiarism, which must be avoided. And we must be very fair and very honest in giving credits to those authors from whom we are borrowing. So these are some of the examples which you would follow while using your, MLA tips and techniques for your citing of the sources.